Well, welcome viewers, and welcome Mr. Barry Peatling to the Barry Peatling Sports Show.
And welcome to you, Colin Sutcliffe, and welcome to all my viewers all around the world and in the state. It's been not a bad sort of a day today, a bit cool, but a bit of sun around, but not too bad.
Not too bad, it's better than it has been, but they say the rains are coming, Marge.
Are they?
Yep.
The rains are coming, they've been coming the last 12 months. So that's the most rain I've had in this planet, in Australia since I've been on this planet.
Yeah, it's been pretty...
It's been raining all the time. The dams in Australia will be all full up.
Yeah?
Last 50 years now.
Well, it has been a bit wet, so it's going to be wet again, so a good thing we built that desalination plant.
Yeah, oh yeah.
$55
billion and going down the drain.
Yes, very good. Alright, well, what we're going to talk about today is the viewers may have noticed that you've just clicked over.
If they're quite knowledgeable and do check out the YouTube, there's over 20,000 hits going.
So on the Barry Peatling
who would have
YouTube,
thought?
Who would have thought? But you've reached the 20,000 mark of hits. Now 20,000, that's quite a lot, isn't it?
Well, it takes a long time to count 20,000.
Takes a while. We worked it out. If you started to count now, it'll take you until tomorrow afternoon. So that's 20,000 hits that you've had. What are some of your biggest hits, Barry?
Well, I can remember, the biggest hits, but I'll say about some of the other hits I did. But the biggest hit of all the YouTube I've made is the Melbourne Cup last year. Not this year. It's been disappointing this year, but last year we had 6,000. Actually, it's still going up from last year. The Melbourne Cup.
Approximately 7,000 on that one video.
740 something, but it's the Melbourne Cup of last year is going up more than what it is this year.
Yeah.
Why is it so?
There was some talk it might have been the technical aspect that might have been my issues, but I looked into it and I couldn't see anything. I couldn't see anything that indicated why there's any difference that this year's video was quite less. It's almost only about 30.
This Melbourne Cup video this year was 10 times better than last year. I can tell you now. I'm my own worst critic. It was a lot better, but we got 29 hits. What's wrong with you people overseas?
What's going on? It was quite clear. 2013 Melbourne Cup was exactly the same as last year, apart from 2012. But last year you got almost 7,000 hits. What's going on?
I don't know. It's just anyway. That's the number one YouTube hit for Mr. Peatling and Mr. Sutcliffe. And the second highest is Muhammad Ali. I done a story on Muhammad Ali a few months ago.
You announced his death.
Yeah. No, I didn't mention. I said he was on his deathbed, but he is still going, and the hits are still going up, mainly overseas.
Is that like almost 1,000, isn't it? Like
800 or something.
800 and something hits. Boy, that's a lot.
Well, he's known all around. They even know him in Mars, Colin. Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Well-known figure.
Oh, he's the best, isn't he? He's
the best sport. I said it once or twice before. He's the best sportsman I've ever seen in my life. County football, cricket, anything. He's the best sportsman. But what's entertainer, everything.
You might have the ones that have had big hits and lots of numbers. What's your favourite video when you look back at all your little videos that you've done? Almost 170 of them. What's your favourite video that you like that you always sort of go back to if you have a look at?
I got a few, but I think Anthony Lewis stands out a bit because I've done a bit. It's another thing about. I just cut in to say about the football. The Chelsea Football Club, when they were winning all the time, were getting 100 hits a week. And winning, as the old saying, winning is good. Losers can please themselves. But the last couple of years we haven't had too many wins. That's why. But 3 seasons ago it was 100 hits a week. But
well, tell us then, what is your favourite video?
Well, I haven't got one particular favourite out of all the 170 videos going, but there's 2 or 3 or 4 of the Anthony Lewis stories I've done when he was playing football, and I've done his interview. I've done that on my own, didn't I? Interview with Louis, or was it?
No, that was I did that.
Oh, that's right. And but that is probably one of the top 10 for sure. Louis, because he still holds a record for 280.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was a pretty good video because he opened up a little bit he expressed his feelings towards.
Another one I like too was Sammy Carpenter.
Oh, he came round. You did that all by your lonesome.
That was about 180. No, nearly 200 now.
Okay.
I mean, he was only
popular figure down in
champion fella and a champion footballer.
One of my favourites, and I've said it before, videos that I like, is the one that we did with the old footage, and we talked over the top of it.
Oh, the opinion, yes, I got all about that. Yeah, thanks for reminding me, because that was 1961 grant, and that is still going up every week, Colin.
Yeah.
Nearly 200.
I think that's a little bit nostalgic, a little bit real,
unique.
And it's unique, and it's something there that could be boring, but it wasn't because of the input from yourself.
There was a couple of overseas people watched it last 2 weeks ago from Egypt and Brazil.
Mm.
I mean, they never heard of Rapanic, have they? They wouldn't know it was
No,
on the
maybe.
map. But they looked at it.
Yeah, they looked at it.
But that was probably, that'd be in my top 3, that one.
Okay, that was a good
because
video.
that was a very good technical job you done on that, and get it
all fired up.
so I can get it in sync with because it was the original video. It was silent.
Yeah, that's right. So it was a bit of a silent. It was a bit boring, and it was a bit sort of like, what's all this about? But we spiced it up with a bit of.
It was good, and then because we done the coverage at the next part of the video, we covered all about the game and who was playing and scores and everything, and the votes and everything. That's nearly 300 too.
Yeah. So what was just ask you a question? YouTube video. Why did you get into YouTube video, Barry? What's the main reason?
Well, mainly because of you, Con, because I was, I don't know how I come eventually. We were talking about doing, I getting a bit sick of Richmond getting thrashed, and Terry Wallace and, Greg Miller, I thought, well, because you suggested we can get them on YouTube, so that's...
I remember that you were quite angry about Richmond, and
very, very angry.
And I suggested why don't you just whack it on a YouTube video.
Well, I didn't know anything about it.
I don't know what that is. And so we did it, and you were quite nervous at first, knowing that you were going to go out to a worldwide audience. And but it went over all right. We did it in your lounge room, and then you had all your memorabilia hanging up. And that was maybe, I don't know, 4 years ago, because we started the individual channel because it was starting to become its own monster. Barry Peatling.
You swapped it over to a bigger channel or something?
Well, I turned it on, gave your own channel, your own
I got my own thing, that's right.
So you started to get your own account, Gmail account and YouTube account and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and
so then we switched it all over, and you got your own personal computer and whatnot.
But I did get stuck into T. Wallace and Greg Miller that day, and that was...
Where are they now? The impact of that video?
Well, Terry Wallace, I told you, he had the most squeakiest voice I've ever heard, but he's not on radio, because his voice goes right through. He's not on radio now.
Yeah.
Not even, and Greg Miller, because who gives the stuff where he is.
So maybe some are saying that the impact of that video you had maybe 4 years ago...
I reckon it had some little effect on the...
Got them the flick.
Well, I didn't front up next year, did they? No.
So maybe the powers of that video...
they were done.
Got them to Tijuana.
Of course, Danny Frawley. They're going to go with Danny Frawley too.
He's gone.
Yeah, he can still hold the record. The most losses in a row, 15 for Richmond. Cannot believe it.
Well, it's very interesting. A lot of people rely on your video for informative comments and special comments, and especially towards the local football club. Well,
that was the main reason I actually got you to get me on YouTube, was talking about the Chelsea Football Club every week, and I've been doing it the last 3 or 4 seasons. The players love it.
There's been some talk around the place that you're going to wind it up. You're going to stop doing the YouTube videos. Is there any truth in those?
Who told you that, Colin?
There's been whispers.
Is there whispers?
There's been whispers.
Around Catherine Avenue, is it?
Well, there's been whispers. Well, they said you moved, you're out of town now, and all that sort of stuff. There's been whispers of saying you're going to discontinue. Is there any truth in those rumours?
Well, you can just put those things to put them to sleep.
Put them to bed.
The thing will be hopefully this year Chelsea with a new coach and new players and new assistant coach and new supporters or whatever will be alright. We can't go any lower. Cannot go any lower for the supporters out there, and I've been told pretty good information. We've got some pretty good new recruits coming up, Colin. So
you'll be giving people updates of when training starts.
I think I'll be starting
Chelsea Football Club and new players and feedback on the new coach. That sort of thing. So we'll keep in touch with what's going on. There's a few months for the season to begin. But cricket starting here in Australia.
Well, I have something to say about the cricket next Monday. I'll pick my side next week, as a matter of fact.
So we'll have it here live?
Have that live, but getting back to football, So I'll be going down there next week because I'll be starting. I reckon. What's today, mate? I reckon I'll be start. I might have been starting this week. I'll go down and have a look at the
new team.
I can generally smell a rat. If I can see someone that looks alright, well, hopefully they've got 4 or 5 that are pretty good and worth keeping. But I'm going to have a look myself and just give you my own opinion, if they're any good.
Give a few highlights on that. Now, you wanted to say something about the Philippines cyclone.
Disgusting, Colin. I was talking to Annie today, and I watched the last couple of days. But last night, I was very emotional. It was these 5 young Filipino kids, the same age as Carl, Annie's daughter, and they were freezing and no clothes on, and the mother and fathers and grandfathers are all gone, and no food, and I wouldn't be surprised they died last night. I was telling Annie today, because she comes to the Philippines.
Yeah, she's there live.
They never got touched the other side of the Philippines, but
That's sad.
it was really sad looking. These young girls, that probably would have died, I reckon, because I was just shaking. They had no clothes on.
Of course, you've been there and you've seen the conditions over there.
It's not good any time in a normal time, but luckily Annie's Longapo and the other side of Manila never got hit.
Yeah, it's sort of they're about like New South Wales, whereas it hit.
They're like New South Wales and Victoria, yeah.
Yeah, sort of thing, yeah.
But I said to Andy, don't worry, because I didn't say think. I said the world will be over there helping you out the next. It'll probably take 10 years to get. It was a bit like the tsunami in Japan 3 years ago. It was just flat.
Yeah, everything.
Nothing there.
Yeah.
Gone.
Thailand and all that.
And of course they haven't got they're not a very skillful people over there with carpenters and all that stuff.
Yeah. So
they'll have to get. But I reckon the world, just the Philippine people, the world will look after you. You're back at him for sure. And Australia's sent over 300 people over already.
So you got any special Cheerios then?
Well, a special cheerio, all the Filipino people. I hope it goes to you. I just got. What was the name of the cyclone? What's the name of the cyclone?
Something.
Lapland or something, was it?
Something like that. It went through Cebu mainly.
No, it missed Cebu a bit because that's where Annie's relations are.
Oh, okay.
So that was lucky that. Anyway, all those Philippine people, hope everything sort of works out for you and get some good help and good builders come over and build your house, build your little Filipino back, whatever the name is. What's the name of the suburb got hit?
Oh, I'm not quite sure.
Anyway, so they know what it is, but big cheerio too, and hope everything goes alright.
Cheerio to anyone else in the Philippines?
Oh yeah, Annie and Carla and Lloyda, and because I'm big hitting Facebook now. I mean, because my daughter and Danielle's on it, and and I sort of make a few comments on what's going on in the Philippines, and I'm getting all the comments.
Oh, you're a Filipino expert.
But are you on Facebook?
No.
Jan's on Facebook, isn't she?
Yeah, I think
I'm on it. Danielle and...
you've got one.
You put me on, didn't you?
Yeah, you've got Facebook, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't talk, I just make comments.
You make comments and chat, snippets.
No, I don't chat, I just make comments.
Alright, any other...
Now, P8, what's going on? I haven't heard from you in a while. Give me a ring and let me know what's going on, Ken. Hope you're still alright. Hope that hasn't blown up there. And Noz, I couldn't, if you're watching this video, I couldn't get to the Melbourne Cup. I tried to ring you last week, but I haven't heard from Long John. But that reunion, plus the reunion of the Richmond is Ronnie Johnson and Max Clearly in about 10 days. It's going to be down at the Chelsea Hotel. Looking forward to that. So there's a couple of, but PH, Noz and Long John and me will be meeting in February.
Very nice.
Very good reunion from way back. So that's all from me today.
And it's goodbye from me.
Bye bye.